Hello, everybody, and welcome to the countdown to Battle at Black Lodge 3. My goodness, is this shaping up to be one of the biggest cards in all of 901 wrestling history. Welcome to the countdown. I am your host tonight, owner, operator of 901 Wrestling, your wrestling show. Right here, coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. And we're coming to you all across all types of social media things. And we're going to go over some big stuff. And it's all about Battle at Black Lodge 3. That's right, your main event at Battle at Black Lodge 3. Right now, tickets are still available also. Want to put that in there. However, front row is gone. The way of the dodo. Sold out. All ringside is sold out, but you can still get some seats. Every single Black Lodge show has been standing room only. There's not a bad seat in the house, even if you are standing. But if you want one of them chairs, then I would go to 901 Wrestling without haste and without care and get you some tickets right now, because your main event is for the 1819 championship. Sam Armstrong versus the 1819 champion Shane Schaffner, the submission technician. And we're going to replay some words for you a little later on from old Sam Armstrong, newly married Sam Armstrong, in regards to Shane Schaffner and that 1819 championship. But that's not all. Of course, at Battle at Black Lodge 3, we're going to hear from your new 901 wrestling champion, Commissioner Kantar the Great. We're supposed to hear from him. We'll talk a little bit about that. In fact, we've got so much to talk about. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to show you what me and Kevin Cerrito talked about on that, as well as on this match, Night Train versus Kevin Bless. Will the storm rain down on Kevin Bless and Josh Matthews, or will the night begin to shine? We will see. We'll have a little bit about that on the show tonight. Also, the Merc with Billy Robertson. My goodness, I don't know what to say other than it looks like we're going to have another 5-minute challenge. We'll show you what happened last time and what me and Kevin Cerrito talked about as far as that goes. But Battle of Black Lodge 3, the Merc, Chris Evans with Billy Robertson. You don't want to miss that. And a match that's near and dear to my heart, and of course we'll expound upon it, expound, explode. The tag match everybody's been talking about, Hunter Havoc, Dustin Anthony, 901's Baddest versus Bobby Ford, and my hand-picked mystery partner to even the odds. But before we get to all of that, let's first get to talking about how our commissioner became 901 Wrestling Champion. Let's take a look at the preview show where me and Kevin Cerrito broke this down.
Back at Battle of at Black Lodge 2, we saw the crowning of another champion as well. So 2 new champions in one night. The first ever we had a Black Lodge Rumble take place. Man, that was so much fun to be a part of. The excitement of the different entries, the chaos that erupted throughout that match, and it was all for the 18-19 championship. And at the end of it, we had the standing tall with the belt is Shane Schaffner. He is your new 18-19 champion, and he will be defending the title. He's wasting no time. First title defense will be the main event at Battle of Black Lodge 3 coming up.
That's right, 18-19 championship match. These two men are no strangers to one another, Kevin. In fact, they started in wrestling together almost alongside of one another. It's it's a live broadcast. Tommy might have went to the wrong clip. It happens. We're going to talk about that main event because I'm super excited to get to it, but we're not going to give that to you first. Everybody's clamoring over it. Instead, I want to go to how Kantar is your new 901 Wrestling Champion.
So coming out of that match, we have a new 18-19 champion, but probably the surprise though of the match was the reunion of one of the most popular tag teams, if not the most popular tag team in the history of 901 Wrestling, and we will be once again all witnesses to the Merc, Chris Evans.
Yeah, you know what? I told him. Who set this whole thing up? Who set this whole thing up? That's what I want to know. Who set it up? All right. Let's see here. We're going to go to a clip.
Back at Battle of at Black Lodge 2, we saw the crowning of another champion as well. So 2 new champions in one night. The first ever it will be the first appearance of the new 901 Wrestling Champion, Kantar the Great.
Yeah, Kantar, Commissioner Kantar, if you will, is your new 901 Wrestling Champion. And we're going to show you how that all went down too. I'm still a little flabbergasted by it, Kevin. What do you think?
Well, I mean, if we just have to go back to not that many months ago, when you want to talk about the idea that we would be sitting here right before Halloween talking about Kantar being the champion. Like I didn't think we'd be even talking about Kantar wrestling. He was been the commissioner since I've been involved with 901 Wrestling. he has a great history with Andy Mack, and it all culminated in their third confrontation at the Battle of Black Lodge for the richest prize in all of wrestling here in the Mid-South, the 901 Wrestling Championship. I would like to remind the folks who were there, and also give a little taste of what happened for those who missed out last month. We do have a clip we're going to show here.
Absolutely.
Some of the final moments of Commissioner Kantar. So Andy Mack, the title vacated, the 901 Wrestling title vacated. Andy Mack becomes the champion in that one-night tournament, fatal four-way main event. And then the surprise turn, if you will, of Kantar the Great, new attitude, back in the ring, challenging, saying the first title defense will be of Andy Mack will be against the commissioner, Kantar the Great, and it all went down at the Battle at Black Lodge 3. All right, so this is we're well into the match at this point.
Yeah, this is towards the end of the match, and it looked like Andy had a good strategy. I mean, he got choke slammed right after that four-way by Kantar, so you can see here going after the arm and hand that could inflict that choke slam. A great strategy by Andy.
And Kantar back.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but Kantar back in the ring. I mean, this is his first match since when, Tommy? When was the last time Kantar was in a 901 wrestling ring?
Up until this point, he had not been active in 2 years. Right at 2 years to this point. And, the thing about it is everybody loved him as commissioner. Everybody, Commissioner Kantar, he's the greatest commissioner ever. I'm not sure.
Watch this. Andy Mack doing what Andy Mack does there. Moonsault off the top rope. Thought he had it there. Of course, he would have been able to go for the cover. But as you say, so Kantar back, this is Kantar's first match back, and as the commissioner, and we got to address this at some point, Tommy, but it's the commissioner. He puts himself in the title picture immediately going against Andy Mack, and it was only just a month out from Andy, that gruesome all-night tournament that Andy was probably still recovering for in this match. But here we go. Kantar still showing that strength.
And then look, you can see that hurt.
When we looked at the tail of the tape before this match at Black Lodge, and it was,
and there you have it.
Yeah, new. That's how it was done. New 901 Wrestling Champion, Kantar the Great. But I mean, looking at, he had the size advantage going into this. Andy Mack, of course, had the fans, but the fans just don't know even how to react right now to Kantar after years and years of cheering him on as the 901 Wrestling Champion.
You can see him pull that arm back. Andy did a number on that arm, but it just wasn't enough, Cerrito. And yeah, you're right. The fans cheered him as commissioner. They don't know what to think now. I'm starting to think that the whole thing was just a long way back to the 901 Wrestling Championship for him. I believe that it's, was he looking like he was doing the right thing as commissioner? Sure, it looked that way. But what was the real reason? I think we found out right there what the real reason of him even being commissioner in the first place was. I think it was all a ploy.
New 901 Wrestling Champion, Kantar the Great, will be in the house, making his first 901 Wrestling appearance as the champion. I've seen the title. It's been going all around town here.
Yeah, it's since
he's
I believe
off.
The very next day, he has cut a live video every day with that title. He's been everywhere. I'm not trying to brag on the guy, but he's been with Rasheed Wallace and Penny Hardaway with the title. He's been everywhere with the thing, and it is what it is, Kevin, on that, I guess.
He is the 901 Wrestling Champion. He really, we can say what you want here. We're like, I don't know what his plans are. None of us do, because none of us saw what was coming when he choke slammed Andy Mack after the tournament for that title. but he is definitely the main event. Definitely, oh my goodness, a scary potential run that Kantar could be under here. I don't know how long and who will be able to take him down. So we'll hear from Kantar on November the 6th.
Well, there you have it. That's just a little snippet from the preview to Battle at Black Lodge 3. Your 901 wrestling champion, Kantar the Great, will be in the house. He has set aside some time, apparently, to address everyone at 901. So we'll see what happens there. I may just have something to say about it before it's all said and done. But we just got started tonight, and one of the big things coming out of Battle at Black Lodge 2, this match right here that's got everybody buzzing, Night Train of the Storm with Prince Adonis versus Kevin Bless with Josh Matthews. And we said it at the top of the program, is it going to be the storm raining down, or will the night begin to shine? Let's take a look at what me and Kevin talked about just the other day about this whole thing.
So coming out of that match, we have a new 18-19 champion, but probably the surprise though of the match was the reunion of one of the most popular tag teams, if not the most popular tag team in the history of 901 wrestling. And we've got not a tag match, but a one-on-one confrontation between the returning Kevin Bless, made his return here, former tag team partner with Josh Matthews, the Dream Street Express. Josh Matthews now looking like he's a former member of the Storm, which the faction that has been running rampant on of destruction in 901 wrestling since I can remember. Josh Matthews, against his will, brought into the Storm, but ended up being a great soldier for them. But now it looks like he's back with Kevin Bless, and the Dream Street Express is reunited, possibly, because Josh Matthews will be in his corner as Kevin Bless makes his in-ring return to 901 Wrestling against Night Train. And of course, we know Prince Adonis will be there.
Yeah, I did not see this coming, Kevin. I was instrumental firsthand in setting up who was going to be invited into that Rumble. Kevin Bless, one of the shining stars in wrestling in the Mid-South, and I just couldn't see us doing, for the first time ever, a Rumble match, a match as big as a Rumble match, and not having Kevin Bless in there. What I didn't see was the fact that right there in the middle of things, when it looked like it was the Storm's match to win. I mean, at one point, Kevin, you saw him, you were there. All three members at the time, Josh Matthews, Night Train, Prince Adonis, standing in that Rumble and just yeeting folks left and right over the top rope. It looked like it was their match to lose. And here comes Kevin Bless out of nowhere. The Dream Street music hits. Kevin Bless is at the stage, and you could tell right there at that moment that Josh was in total shock, or at least I thought it was. But then, before you know it, people are getting double drop kicked and the Storm's eliminated. And then the Storm pulled Kevin and Josh over the top rope and eliminate them. We had to get them separated in the back. I figured the first thing we'd do was, hey, these four individuals have a match, but I was actually contacted by Prince Adonis of the Storm. They feel super slighted by this, as you could imagine. They wanted Kevin Bless in a one-on-one match with Night Train. Kevin had no problems with that, and both of them have their respective halves. Prince Adonis going to be in the corner of Night Train. Josh Matthews going to be in the corner of Kevin Bless. The thing about 901 Wrestling is that we settle things in the ring. What transpired in the locker room area, trying to get these four men apart, herding cats is an understatement, Kevin. So we're not going to have that. Instead, we're going to finish this in the ring. So that's why we've got this match. When Prince Adonis mentioned it, I told him, hey, I'm already there with you. I contacted Kevin. Kevin said, I'm down any day. So there you have it. Night Train versus Kevin Bless. Battle at Black Lodge 3. That one right there, requested by the Storm, reciprocated by the Dream Street Express. Will we get more individuals yeeted in this one? We will just have to see when Night Train faces Kevin Bless with Prince Adonis in Night Train's corner and Josh Matthews and Kevin Bless. This is going to be one to remember. Remember also that you can get your tickets right now at 901wrestling.com. You can put a command in the chat, exclamation point 901 will get you that link. It's as simple as 901wrestling.com. You do not want to miss this. This has been a long time coming, and a lot of long-time faithful 901 Wrestling fans know the history between what happened with the Storm, Josh Matthews. The night begins to shine with the Dream Street Express. This one's going to be one to write home about, but that's not all. I said that there was going to be another 5-minute Merc challenge. Kevin Cerrito and myself, the host of your wrestling show, sat down. We talked about this just the other day on the preview show. Let's go to that footage right now, and let's take a look at the Merc, Chris Evans, who's going to be in action at Battle at Black Lodge 3.
We will be once again all witnesses to the Merc, Chris Evans.
Yeah, I told everybody he was a scary individual. I did not realize that he was employed by Billy Robertson until Battle at Black Lodge 1 when they both came out together. But making his in-ring debut at Battle at Black Lodge 2, he looks to be a force to reckon with. Now, Billy Robertson kind of started this new thing. The wrestler that he was up against was in agreement with it at the time, so I didn't feel like there was anything really to be done there. But I'm kind of at a loss. I don't know what Chris Evans is necessarily all about, but with Billy Robertson leading the charge, there could be a lot of people in trouble. This guy is mean and scary and big.
Yeah, you don't want to get in his way. It is interesting because Billy Robertson putting money on the line for the 5-minute Merc challenge, and Merc victorious in that. You got to think, this is the confidence that Billy Robinson sings. But of course, I mean, we'll see as it goes along as Merc's competition gets harder and harder here as he makes his way through the 901 Wrestling roster. But do we have footage of what happened afterwards? I want folks to see this.
We do. We've got a clip of what transpired after this match. Are you ready for that, Kevin?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to see this. This was folks need to see what happened here.
Now, this is the individual he's up against. One of the many shadows that run around the territory. They're good. Oh, good Lord.
Look at
you can just see some of the devastation.
Mackerel.
Oh.
Like, I cannot wait to see, like, the competition's Blue Shadow, right?
Yeah, okay. Blue Shadow, and, great guy, but I don't know that he should have accepted this.
I mean, he was up for the challenge. I don't know how you look at Merc and want to accept the challenge.
There's the time right there.
The 5-minute challenge.
Good job, sir. You need 5-minute challenge for that. There's a small problem. I paid you for 5 minutes. You still got 17 seconds now to do it at 5 minutes.
So he beat him up in 5 minutes, but 17 seconds left.
And here we go.
Yeah.
So I think this gives us a good indication, at least what Billy Robertson's about. I know everybody was kind of up in the air about it, but, you know, Blue Shadow doesn't deserve this. I mean, he's a younger guy. He's trying to make his way in the business. You know, doing a lot of preliminary matches across the Mid-South right now, trying to work his way up the ranks. And this is not the way that somebody needs to be treated.
Well, not at all. So coming up, so what do we know about the Merc? Will we see? I mean, we know Chris Evans is going to be there, or is Billy planning another? Has he told you he's planning another 5-minute Merc challenge? Has he got more cash on the line? Because I do think that will be an incentive for wrestlers around the territory to try to take him down if they think they can. But
well, and you can hear right here, you know, Billy's going on.
You are the hunted, and everyone gets murked.
My goodness. I've spoken to Billy Robertson, and I've put it like this because he does, in fact, want to do and continue the 5-minute Merc challenge. And I've put it to him like this, that if the opponent accepts, look, do you think I would be upset that some of these up-and-coming guys that have faced the Merc would get an extra little bonus in their payday? No. I mean, a lot of these up-and-coming guys, you've seen all the stories, Cerrito. You've followed wrestling all your life. You know, for a preliminary wrestler, somebody like the Blue Shadow, traveling from town to town, it's not like you're making a ton of money. You're not in the main events. You're not in the semi-main events usually. So if one of these guys could make a little extra bread, you know, I'm not against that. But, you know, I'm not really for the stuff that happened afterwards. But I did tell Billy Robertson that as long as they accept, then, you know, I'll let him continue doing it. And you heard it straight from my own mouth. That's right. You know, I don't know if Billy Robertson just wants to pay his way through the business, if he just likes giving money away. However, I know the Merc is motivated by money. And who knows what will happen should the Merc's bonus go to the other competitor. But find out if that happens, if somebody can last the 5 minutes in the 5-minute Merc challenge this Saturday. Get your tickets right now, 901wrestling.com. Doors open at 7 p.m., bell time 8 p.m. And we've got more in store. That's right. We announced this live. We broke the news live on the preview show. Hunter Havoc, Dustin Anthony, 901's baddest versus Bobby Ford, the new up-and-coming rookie at 901 Wrestling, and a mystery partner. And how did that mystery partner get picked? Well, let's just check out this clip, and you can see for yourself. I am excited to see this one, to say the least, and I know everybody at 901 Wrestling is as well. Let's check it out.
This I can't wait for. If there's a story that the fans are invested in going on right now in this territory, this is the one. Hunter Havoc, Big Havoc, back in action. Always good to see him in action. Teaming up with Dustin Anthony, of course. They've reunited here.
That's right. The 901's baddest, they call themselves, Cerrito.
901's baddest, reunited here during the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll be teaming up to go against Bobby Ford, the hot young rookie. This guy has put on some amazing matches since debuting. 2 great matches, lots of potential here, but he just keeps running into Dustin Anthony and Hunter Havoc, and they've got some work to do here, and Bobby Ford's got some work to do to try to figure out, like, who is he going to get as his mystery partner to try to take down these guys, because he definitely needs help. That's one thing we've noticed here from these Bobby Ford matches, because he's always come from a second away from winning, but then it's just been, if he had some backup, then he could have pulled it off. And so now he's apparently bringing back up to the Battle of Black Lodge 3.
You know what's really cool about this matchup, Cerrito? Let me tell you what's really cool about it. Is that we're actually breaking the news to this match right now. Dustin Anthony doesn't know anything about this match.
Oh, wow.
I guess he does now. Hey, Dustin. Look, here's the thing. I put this match together because I've watched Bobby Ford. In fact, I'm the one that brought Bobby Ford in, as you know, when we did the first preview to the very first Black Lodge show. And, you know, what I have noticed, Kevin, and what all the fans have noticed is that, yes, Bobby has a ton of potential, but not just that. He can't get a fair shake when going up against either Hunter Havoc or Dustin Anthony. We saw him debut against Hunter Havoc. Very impressive debut. And then what happened? Sprinkle in a little Dustin Anthony. Then we see him go up against Dustin Anthony. What happens? Sprinkle in a little powder in his eyes, because I saw the footage, Dustin. And I'm just thinking here, we've got to give the people what they want, but what they want is for Bobby to be able to get a hold of these guys without having to worry about the other one. Well, how do we do that? Well, I made a couple of phone calls and I got Bobby a mystery partner. That's right. I brought in partner. That's right. I brought in somebody that's going to have Bobby's back. He's going to watch out for these guys. Dustin Anthony and Hunter Havoc may be in for some big trouble when they face Bobby Ford and this special mystery partner. That match is close to my heart, being that I picked the mystery partner. But look, you saw it for yourself. You have to have a million pairs of eyes in the back of your head when going anywhere around or up against 901's baddest. And hopefully this Saturday, this should be enough right here to even the odds for Bobby Ford. You do not want to miss when 901's baddest takes on Bobby Ford and his special mystery partner this Saturday. And it all leads to one thing at the end of the night. Your main event for the 18-19 championship, the title that represents the birth date and this city. Your 18-19 champion Shane Schaffner defends against longtime 901 wrestler Sam Armstrong. This is going to be absolutely epic. So soon after winning that title, Shane Schaffner called up. He said, look, get me a title defense whenever you can get me a title defense. I'm looking to be a fighting champion with this 18-19 championship. He told me that no matter what, he's not defending it in any place but Memphis. That was his only stipulation. Kevin Cerrito and I spoke about this main event, your main event to this Saturday's Battle at Black Lodge 3. Let's take a look at the clip, and we might even get a few words from Shane Schaffner's opponent, the challenger for this 18-19 championship, one Sam Armstrong. Let's take a look.
Back at Battle at Black Lodge 2, we saw the crowning of another champion as well. So 2 new champions in one night. The first ever, we had a Black Lodge Rumble take place. Man, that was so much fun to be a part of. The excitement of the different entries, the chaos that erupted throughout that match. And it was all for the 18-19 championship. And at the end of it, we had the standing tall with the belt is Shane Schaffner. He is your new 18-19 champion, and he will be defending the title. He's wasting no time. First title defense will be the main event at Battle of Black Lodge 3 coming up.
That's right. 18-19 championship match. These two men are no strangers to one another, Kevin. In fact, they started in wrestling together almost alongside of one another, both choosing their own paths to go on. And it looks like both of their paths have led them to face each other once again, but this time for the 18-19 championship. Shane Schaffner lasted over 30 minutes in that Rumble, Cerrito, against the best that 901 had to offer. And he came out 18-19 champion. And Sam Armstrong's going to, this is a heck of an opportunity. Shane's been on a roll here as of late, it feels. So this is going to be super interesting. Will Shane retain, or will Sam Armstrong make the reign a short one?
Yeah, the start of this this new chapter of 901 wrestling, like it definitely it be moving through every event. It seems like at Black Lodge is a different chapter, maybe in this new book that we're into here of 901 wrestling, because my goodness, the what's happening with Kantar and now with Shane Schaffner and his transformation and the fans' enthusiasm now, because man, he put forth such a great effort in that contest, entering at the start of the match and lasting all the way to the end, becoming
number
18-19
one
champion. So I know we're going to take a look back at that for a second. For those who missed it, you've got to see the reaction here and just the effort, overall effort here from Shane Schaffner in the match for Battle at Black Lodge 2. It was the Black Lodge Rumble.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, this matchup showed we had a lot of new competitors in this match.
That's right. Yeah, we did. There was a lot of debuts.
Yeah.
And here we are right down at the end here.
So who do we got at this point in the match? Who is left?
This is Brandon White, a longtime 901 wrestler. Knows Shane very well. Look at Shane with the cunning, though. That is one of the biggest dudes, if not, right next to Kantar is Brandon White. And then the final entry, this guy right here, Cerrito.
Oh, no doubt about it.
The three-time King of the South, Shane Schaffner's brother, Chris Ward, the last entry. And listen to the crowd get behind Shane, Cerrito.
Well, it's no secret to who the fans like to decide with when it's involved, and when Chris Ward is involved, it is whoever is across the ring from him. But these brothers,
and it's stuff just like that, Cerrito, is why they know how Chris is.
They are brothers, and they fought at the first battle at Black Lodge for an opportunity at the 901 Wrestling Championship. And here they go, head-to-head again. Is this a friendly, brotherly rivalry? No, it's not. It could
No, not by any means.
Could have been.
And see, I don't know that you do that to your brother, And speaking of things you don't do to your brother, this is a Rumble. The only way to be eliminated is over the top rope. Both feet must hit the ground. You know the Rumble rule. But there's nothing saying you can't bring a chair in, and Chris knows that.
I mean, keep an eye. Oh!
Yeah, didn't work out too well for him.
Keep in mind, all this is going on. He's been in for 30 minutes into the ring, and he is able to outmaneuver his brother here at the end, outsmart him and walk away. But he's not happy. He is not happy. It's definitely
no, he's not happy, but just amazing what you're saying, Cerrito. I mean, you think about it, entered in number one and standing tall at the end of this thing.
Yeah, so there he is.
And you can see how much that means to him.
New 18-19 champion. He has really been one of the most fascinating, most exciting wrestlers here to watch, especially at these last two shows. So it's like it does feel like a brand new Shane Schaffner that we're getting to see. He's really taking his talents to that next level. We will have a title on the line, the 18-19 championship. Shane Schaffner will defend against Sam Armstrong. Before we get out of here, we have video from Sam Armstrong. Sam Armstrong will be challenging for the 18-19 champion. Sam, known for so many great matches, of course, with Andy Mack and other wrestlers over the years in 901 Wrestling, deserving this shot at the 18-19 championship.
Yeah.
As he battles Shane Schaffner. So we've got he sent in some a video for us here.
Yeah, he did. Right after I informed him that he was getting this opportunity, the next day we got this clip in the office. You want to take a look at it, Kevin?
Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. Sam Armstrong here. Just want to do a big shout out to everyone at 901 for congratulating me on the recent wedding. You know, thank you for that. Me and the wife love it. We're actually here in Denver, Colorado on our honeymoon, and I just had to, you know, reach out to everybody and say thank you, and also a big congratulations to the man who lasted over 30 minutes in the Rumble at Black Lodge to become the new 18-19 champion, Shane Schaffner. Congratulations, man. Well deserved. Well deserved to be beaten by me. That's right. November 6th, I am coming back to Memphis. I'm coming to take that title from you, Shane. I'm taking that 18-19 championship. That championship that represents the birth, the history, the sacrifice of everything in Memphis. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it back to Georgia with me. And then if you people ever want to see that precious title again, you are going to have to come to Georgia and get it, because there's no way I'm going to ever step back foot in that trashy, horrible, godforsaken town of Memphis. I'll see all you gross people there on November 6th. And Shane, I will see you there. Definitely.
I don't really like his comments about our city. I don't like the fact that he wants to take the 18-19 championship to Georgia. And I know Shane's not going to like that at all. Shane Schaffner, who's not even a native Memphian, told me over the phone when he talked about this, when I told him about this match, he said, let me tell you something, Tommy. The only place that I'm defending this title is Memphis, Tennessee. Nobody's taking it out of that city. So he's taking this to heart. And he has seen the comments already. I sent him the video from Sam, and both men are in for a fight. We'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, it should be a good one, and Sam deserves this title shot.
Yeah,
I would be, apparently something's gotten to him. I don't know what it is. But Sam Armstrong battling Shane Schaffner for the 18-19 championship in the main event.
That's right, your main event. You just saw the comments from Sam Armstrong. You saw how your 18-19 champion Shane Schaffner won the 18-19 championship, lasted over 30 minutes in the first ever Black Lodge Rumble. And Sam Armstrong, albeit well-deserving, and that's why we made this match in the first place. I don't like his comments about our city. If anybody knows anything, and you could question my trustworthiness in this new role as owner if you want to, but one thing you could never, ever question is my love for this city, Memphis, Tennessee. And to say that you're going to take something that represents the heart and soul of this city out of it and never bring it back. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you're just playing favorites, Tommy, because that used to be your boy Shane. Well, let me explain something to you. This is my city. And now that Shane is 18-19 champion, he believes in his heart that this is his city too. So this is going to be one heck of a matchup. Your main event for the 18-19 championship. Sam Armstrong, Shane Schaffner. November 6th, this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m., bell time at 8 p.m. You can get your tickets right this second and get them while you still can at 901wrestling.com. We've went over a ton tonight. One thing I do want to let you folks know right before we go, and a special tip of the hat to one Dustin Anthony. This match right here, Hunter Havoc, Dustin Anthony, 901's baddest versus Bobby Ford and mystery partner. That's not just going to be any spot on the card. Oh, no. Make sure you get your tickets and get there on time, because breaking news, if you will, it is kicking off Battle at Black Lodge 3. That's right. Who's going to be the mystery partner? Well, I know. You'll find out this Saturday when he teams up with Bobby Ford to take on 901's baddest. That is your first contest of the evening. Remember, also, we're going to hear from your 901 wrestling champion, Commissioner Contar the Great, calling himself the main event. Also, a 5-minute Merc challenge going down, issued by one Billy Robertson to whoever the would-be opponent of the Merc, Chris Evans, is. That's going down this Saturday as well. And don't forget this one, folks. Night Train versus Kevin Bless with their respective halves in their corners. We'll see if it's going to be stormy or shiny this Saturday. Guys, that's what we've got for you tonight. Please, I implore you, if you are even remotely interested or know anybody that's interested in going to this event, tell somebody to tell somebody, because tickets will not last long. Every single Black Lodge event we've done so far is standing room only, jam-packed, jelly tight. So go to 901wrestling.com and don't miss out on this great night of action presented by your wrestling show, 901 Wrestling. And until Saturday night, guys, I'm Tommy Jax, the owner of 901 Wrestling. We'll see you at Black Lodge, and we'll catch you down the road.